Hi, third grade. This is Mrs. Olney. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to eLearning Week 3. This week in math, we are going to be reviewing graphing. Today, Wednesday, you're going to be taking a graphing quiz, and Friday will be the start of a new skill. So we're going to be reviewing all the different types of graphs, so that way on Wednesday you are ready to take your Edge Elastic. Let's begin. So the first one we're going to talk about is what are picture or pictographs? So what are some characteristics that these graphs have? They use pictures to show data. So they have those cute little pictures, sometimes they're smiley faces, whatever. They have labels and a title. Without that, of course, our graph would not make any sense. Most importantly though, they have a key. Always look at that key first so that you know how much value to give to each picture. If you don't do that and you just count them all as one, chances are you're going to be wrong. I even suggest circling that key first. So let's practice. Over here we have a picture graph of number of fish caught. All right, our key, I'm going to circle, says 1 fish picture equals 6 fish. The first thing I'm going to do is label how many fish each of the kiddos caught, so that way I have my numbers readily available when I need them. So let's look at Michael. If I weren't paying attention to my key, I would say Michael caught 3 fish. But that's not correct because each of those pictures is worth 6. So I'm going to go through and put a number as I'm counting by sixes. So 6, 12, 18. Michael caught 18. Another way I could think about that is he had 3 fish pictures, so 3 times 6 is 18. We'll do that with our next one. How many fish pictures does Emily have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she had 6 pictures, and each fish picture is worth 6 fish. So times 6 equals, 6 times 6 is 36. Very good. Let me put that here for her. Jose. He has 2. So let's count them. 6, 12. Jose has 12 fish. Now Jennifer, she's the winner today. Let's see. Let's count. Or let's do the multiplying for this one. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She has 7. And each one is worth 6, of course, according to our key. 7 times 6, what does that equal? That's 42. Let's put that here. All right, then Kevin has something different in his row. He has this little half fish here. Does that mean he caught a fish without a head? No, it sure doesn't. A half picture means that it is half of what the key says. So 6, what's half of 6? 3. So when we get to that half fish, we count it as 3, not 6. All right, so Kevin has 6, 12, plus that 3 for a half is 15. All right. Now I have all of my numbers set so that when I go to my questions, it's a little easier. I don't have to pay attention to those pictures anymore. All right. First question says, how many fish did the girls catch? Well, first, who are my girls? Emily and Jennifer. Now, do I need to add those numbers together or subtract them, do you think? I need to add them because I'm looking for a total here. I'm going to clean up my screen so I have some more space to do my work. There we go. Okay. So let's take Emily's number. She caught 36 and Jennifer caught 42. I'm going to show my work. 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 plus 4 is 7. So the girls caught 78 fish. Don't forget your label. Number 2, how many more fish did Jennifer catch than Kevin? I have a key phrase in there. How many more? And does that tell me I need to add, subtract, multiply, or divide, do you think? Subtract. So I'm going to take Jennifer's number. She caught 42. And Kevin's number, which is 15. And I'm going to subtract those two. I need to do some regrouping because I can't do 2 minus 5. So I cross off my numbers. That 4 becomes a 3, and I add 10 to the 2, which makes it a 12. What is 12 minus 5? 7. 3 minus 1 is 2. Good job. So 27, and you would put your label, which would be fish. All right, our next one. Jose said, I caught a dozen fish. Was he right? Well, how much is in a dozen? Think about a dozen eggs or a dozen cupcakes. How many eggs or cupcakes do you get when you have bought a dozen? There's 12. And Jose caught 12 fish. So is he correct that he caught a dozen? Yes or no? Why, yes, he was. Dozen is 12. All right, our last one. Find the sum of fish caught by all 5 people. What's the key word in there? It rhymes with gum. It's the word sum. And sum is the answer to what type of problem? Addition. Very good. So I'm going to take it step by step, because if I try to stack all of those numbers, chances are I'm going to get confused and get my answer wrong. So I'm going to start with Michael and Emily. So 18 for Michael plus 36 for Emily. 8 plus 6, what does that equal? 14. Regroup my 1. 1 plus 3 is 2. Oh, I'm sorry. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 3 is 5. 54. Am I done? No. I need to do my other 3 people. So I'll take their answer. Oh, come on now. 1 minute. It's not wanting to do that for me. Let's try again. Ah, there we go. And let's add Jose's to it this time. 54 plus 12. 4 plus 2. That's 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay? So we're at 66, but are we done? No. Let's add that number with Jennifer's. I'm going to go down to the bottom. 66 plus 42. All right, try and think, what is the answer to that? 6 plus 2, what is that? 8. Very good. 6 plus 4, what does that equal? 10. So 108. Are we done though? No, we still have Kevin. We don't want to forget Kevin. He's still important. So 108 plus 15. Oh, we need to do some regrouping. 8 plus 5. If you said 13, you're correct. Don't forget to regroup your 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 2. And then 1 plus 0 is 1. So all 5 people caught 123 Piccadilly dogs. 123 gumballs. No, 123 fish. All right, good job. Let's move on. Let's talk about bar graphs next. How do bar graphs show data? They don't use pictures like a pictograph. Well, they use bars. That's pretty obvious. They also have labels and a title because, again, without that, you have no idea what those bars represent. Bar graphs can be vertical, which means up and down, or horizontal, which means side to side. Now, just like picture graphs, the most important thing was the key. In a bar graph, the most important thing is a scale, and the scale are the numbers that go on the side. And a scale can count by 1s, 2s, 5s, 10s, etc. I've seen scales that count by 300 or 40, so you really have to look at that scale first before you start trying to interpret the bar graph. Let's practice. Over here we have our bar graph that we're going to be using. It's about favorite subject voted on by kids. So the scale, again, are the numbers on the sides. Oh dear. Let me grab that again. What is our scale counting by? 5s. Yep. So let's put that as our answer. All right, now before we go on to the next question, let's do like we did with the picture graph and let's label how much each bar graph is worth, okay? Let's start over at PE. How many students voted for PE? 25, because it's touching that 25 line. Art, 5. Math, 10. What's going on with the reading bar though? It's kind of halfway, maybe not quite. And 5 is not such a pretty number where we could just divide it in half, because that would be 2.5. And could 2.5 students vote for something? No, because that would be weird. All right, so we have to decide what is the most reasonable guess for how many people voted for reading. What about 4? That'd probably be too much, because it'd be a lot closer to that 5 line than it is. What do we think? I'm going to say 2, because I think 3 would be a little higher, but 1 would still be quite a bit lower. Okay, let's go to our questions. How many total students were surveyed? Surveyed means how many voted. And there's a keyword in here. Do you know what it is? Total. Good. So we need to add all of the votes together. So 2 and 10 is 12. So let's take 12 and add it to the art, which is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7, 1 plus 0 is 1, so 17. But we're not done because we have PE. 25 people voted for PE plus the 17 that voted for the other 3. 5 plus 7 is 12. Don't forget to regroup your 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So we had 42 students. Don't forget your label. I'm not going to put it now. All right, next one. How many students chose art and math? What do you think we need to do? Because I'm not seeing a keyword. I think we should add, because it's looking for a total. So I need to look at my art number, which is 5, plus my math number, which is 10. What's 5 plus 10, everybody? 15. Good. So 15 chose art and math. All right, let me get some space here. And we'll do the last one. How many more students chose PE than math? Key phrase, what is it? How many more? All right, so PE had 25 students. We need to subtract. Math had 10. That should be easy peasy. 5 minus 0 is 5. 2 minus 1 is 1. So 15 students chose PE over math. Very good. Okay, so today you're not going to have a worksheet to do on Classkick. Instead, you are going to have 4 IXLs that you need to work on. Okay? Now, your teachers do take your IXLs as a grade. So we take it on, did you complete it all the way? So if you completed it 100% all the way, you get a 100%. If you stopped when you were only 60% done, then you get a 6 out of 10 points. Okay? So please make sure that for all 4 of these, you get all the way 100% done. All right, I will show you which ones they are. They're listed here. They're also listed on your agenda in Classkick. So let's go on over to IXL. Make sure that you're on 3rd grade and math. All right, so you're going to be doing U6, interpret bar graphs, U8, create bar graphs, U12, interpret pictographs, and U13, create pictographs. So there's 4 of them, and this is going to help you get ready to take a quiz on Wednesday. All right, happy e-learning.